It all began when I was 25, just starting out as a junior investment banker in the heart of New York City. Fresh out of university, armed with a degree in finance and a hunger for success, I stepped into the fast-paced world of Wall Street with wide-eyed enthusiasm. The energy of the city was infectious, its streets filled with ambition and opportunity at every turn. Each morning I'd weave my way through the bustling crowds, skyscrapers towering overhead like monuments to the dreams of countless others like me. Every tick of the clock brought with it the promise of wealth and power, and I was determined to seize my share of it. The thrill of watching numbers fluctuate on the trading floor, the rush of adrenaline as deals were made and fortunes were won or lost. It was an addictive sensation, one that fueled my every move. I remember the day I met Richard Hanover. He was a legend in the industry, a self-made billionaire known for his ruthless tactics. Richard saw potential in me, or perhaps he saw a kindred spirit. He took me under his wing, showing me the ropes of high-stakes investments and insider trading. I was intoxicated by the power and the promise of endless riches. With Richard's guidance, I started making investments that were not just risky, but outright illegal. Insider information, market manipulation, it didn't matter as long as the returns were high. And they were. My bank account swelled, and so did my ego. I bought a penthouse in Manhattan, a sports car, and designer suits. I was living the dream. With every success, I craved more. I began to cut corners, taking greater risks without Richard's knowledge. I dabbled in the shadowy underworld of corporate espionage, hiring hackers to steal confidential information. The thrill was intoxicating, the rewards astronomical. One day I received a tip about a major pharmaceutical company about to release a groundbreaking drug. I knew this was my ticket to everlasting wealth. I funneled every resource I had into acquiring as much stock as possible. I even convinced Richard to invest heavily. The anticipation was electrifying. We were on the brink of a financial windfall that would dwarf all our previous gains. And yet, even as I staked my future on the roll of the dice, there was a voice in the back of my mind whispering warnings of the risks involved. But I silenced it with visions of untold riches, of a life of luxury beyond my wildest dreams. I convinced myself that this was different, that the rewards far outweighed the dangers. But fate has a way of humbling the arrogant. The day before the drug was to be announced, the company was hit with a massive scandal. It turned out the drug had severe, undisclosed side effects, and the stock plummeted overnight. I lost everything. Richard, too, suffered significant losses, and his fury was like a storm. He cut all ties with me. My once bright career was in shambles. As if the financial ruin wasn't enough, the authorities had been tracking our illegal activities for months. They swooped in, armed with evidence of my crimes. I was arrested, tried, and sentenced to several years in prison. My name, once respected in financial circles, was now synonymous with disgrace. Prison was a harsh teacher. Stripped of all the trappings of my former life, I had nothing but time to reflect on my choices. The insatiable hunger for more, the disregard for ethics, the betrayal of trust. It all led me here. The silence of my cell was a stark contrast to the noise of my past life, and in that silence, I found clarity. Upon my release, I was a changed man. The drive for wealth had been replaced by a desire for redemption. I moved to a small town far from the towering skyscrapers of New York. I took up a job at a local community center, helping young people navigate their futures. I shared my story, not as a cautionary tale, but as a testament to the destructive power of greed. In the end, I learned that true wealth isn't measured by the size of your bank account, but by the integrity of your actions and the relationships you build. Greed had taken everything from me, but it also gave me a chance to rebuild, to find purpose beyond the relentless pursuit of more. This is my story, a story of greed, loss, and the profound realization that sometimes the greatest riches are found not in what we accumulate, but in what we give back.